Bring that nose down a touch.
Okay.
Angle, push. Angle, push. Angle, push.
That was just getting slow there on short final. You're down about 55 or so.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, that was fine. Just make sure you keep that speed at 60. You see what I mean? That affects how much energy you have to flare. On the go. Yeah, that's just fine what you just did there. That's perfectly fine.
Right, and I think when you were reminding me to bring the nose down, it just kind of threw me off there.
No, you're fine. Just make sure you're watching the speed you kind of, as you got about 200-foot range.
Okay, so.
Angle,
right, I have the controls.
push.
You have the controls?
I have the controls.
Hey, let's set this some brake power there. Okay.
You got it locked?
Yep, it's locked. Let's go.
Make sure your foot are on the brake. Alright. Alright, all that good?
Yeah, I think I see daylight, but down toward the bottom, but the door feels solid, so
Okay.
I'm fine with it.
I'll check it on upwind here.
Sure.
And you have the controls?
Have the controls?
You have the controls.
Okay. Guess maybe I should go back to doing...
Oh, no, that's fine. Go ahead and retract the flaps. Yeah, you're landing perfectly fine.
Yeah, there's landing safely, and then there's landing like we want it to look like.
Oh, no, that's perfectly fine what you're doing there. The only comment I have is maybe pull the power idle
Sooner.
2 or 3 seconds earlier. Right when you're getting down there to that last, like, 3 feet or so.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and pull it as opposed to waiting to that last foot like you did there. But that's much better there. The plane's at a good...
Angle, push. Angle, push.
All right.
Make sure you work on that rudder to keep it there, but other than that, that flare was nice.
Yeah, and I've been trying to pay a little bit more attention to that rudder, and it's just...
Oh, you're doing just fine. Trust me on that.
It still feels weird sometimes.
Well, the reason it's jetting off to the left like that, remember this nose gear is quite bad in this thing. Just remember, we want to kind of keep it off the ground, so when those back wheels touch, don't just release that forward pressure. Kind of hold what you had that flare in there for a little bit. That way bring it down.
Angle, push.
There you go. See? Much easier when you hold that pressure in, isn't it? That nose keeps tracking down the runway. Yeah, there you go.
Yes, it just felt a little different that time, but that's okay. It's all good.
That's what we want, though. We kind of want that holding back pressure. Good rotation there, by the way. That's exactly what you want.
Oh, you're talking about the way it...
Yeah, you rotated the nose and it just kind of left the ground there, kind of flew itself off the ground. That's exactly what you want. Never smooth with the controls.
Angle, push.
There you go.
Ooh. Yeah, we don't need to do any wheelies out here.
Tower, Skyhawk 363 Charlie Kilo, midfield for runway 35 for full stop.
Skyhawk 363 Charlie Kilo, runway 35, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 35, 3 Charlie Kilo.
Obviously, I am getting that better sense of
Angle, push.
okay.
Good.
Get back over to the right here.
We're going to arrest you for drunk driving here pretty soon.
Yeah, no kidding. There's just enough crosswind there to...
It's strange. That's one of the hardest motor skills to get because you never really use your feet like that. Having to use your feet to balance, like driving a car with your feet.
Right.
Steering a car with your feet.
Okay.
Angle, angle, push.
A little bit too much left rudder there.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I had one student where we're accelerating along. He's doing nice and fine. He gets up to about 50 knots. He has a touch of right rudder, and the plane begins to veer to the right. And then he promptly adds all of the right rudder. I don't know why he did that. In this plane, we found ourselves like this angle jetting off.
Oh boy.
Grass.
That's funny.
Not quite sure why he decided to go from slight right rudder to full right rudder. He'll come to a stop here.
Here?
Yeah, and the call is just you let him know you're clear the active. So no, don't switch.
Oh.
Grand Prairie Tower, Tecnam 19 Alpha Alpha, clear the active.
Tecnam 9 Alpha Alpha, taxi to park.
Then
Taxi to park, Tecnam 9 Alpha Alpha.
so you just got send a reminder, hey, I'm clearly active, and then if they say taxi to park, taxi to park. If not, say contact ground, then we just switch over to ground. But what you want to do is you want to pull off the runway until your tail is clear of that line there, the runway entrance line there.
Uh-huh.
So you want to make sure your tail, not just where we are is clear of it, but the tail, the whole aircraft is clear of that line.
Right. And I'm going to have to review that, or you're going to have to tell me again, because I didn't even understand what was said there. Honestly.
So what I said is Grand Prairie Tower, Tecnam 19 Alpha Alpha, clear the active. So clear the active runway.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because we could pull off a runway onto another runway, but only one of them is the active runway. So that's why I'm saying clear the active.
Okay.
And at that point, they just said, okay, Tecnam 19 Alpha Alpha, taxi to park. So they just said, go ahead and taxi.
Okay.
In that case, we can stay on their frequency. But if they say taxi to park, monitor ground, obviously we monitor ground. But if they say contact ground, well, then you contact ground as well. But if they just say taxi to park, you can stay on their frequency.
Okay.